Good morning. Today is 3rd Nephi, chapter 25. And it was a short little chapter. And basically the Lord is giving more scripture to the Nephites, more of the words of Malachi. And it's talking about Elijah and turning the hearts of the children to the fathers and the hearts of the fathers to the children. So if you can guess, the supplemental is talking about family history work. So, let's see. What do I want to say? Okay. So concerning this important prophecy, the prophet Joseph Smith taught. Now the word turn here should be translated bind or seal. But what is the object of this important mission? Or how is it to be fulfilled? The keys are to be delivered. The spirit of Elijah is to come. The gospel is to be established. The saints of God gathered, Zion built up, and the saints to come up as saviors on Mount Zion. But how are they to become saviors on Mount Zion? By building their temples, erecting their baptismal fonts, and going forth and receiving all the ordinances, baptisms, confirmations, washings, anointings, ordinations, and sealings, powers upon their head, in behalf of all their progenitors who are dead, and redeem them that they may come forth in the first resurrection and be exalted to thrones of glory with them. And herein is the chain that binds the hearts of the fathers to the children, and the children to the fathers, which fulfills the mission of Elijah. And I would to God that this temple was done now, that we might go into it, and go to work, and improve our time, and make use of the seals while they are on earth. The saints have not too much time to save and redeem their dead, and gather together their living relatives, that they may be saved also, before the earth will be smitten, and the consumption decreed falls upon the world. And then it goes on, but I just liked that part that says that the saints don't have too much time. We don't have too much time to save and redeem our dead. And then Harold B. Lee says, now keep in mind this, that when the full measure of Elijah's mission is understood, that the hearts of the children will be turned to the fathers, and the fathers to the children, it applies just as much on this side of the veil as it does on the other side of the veil. If we neglect our families here in having family home night, and we fail in our responsibility here, how could we feel that we are doing our full duty in turning the hearts of the children to their fathers? So the hearts of you fathers and mothers must be turned to your children right now. If you have the true spirit of Elijah, and not think that it applies merely to those who are beyond the veil. Let your hearts be turned to your children and teach your children, but you must do it when they are young enough to be properly schooled. If you are neglecting your family home evening, you are neglecting the beginning of the mission of Elijah, just as certainly as if you were neglecting your genealogy research work. And then LeGrand Richards says, what evidence have we that the promise of Malachi has been fulfilled? If Joseph Smith and Oliver Cowdery had spoken a falsehood when they said Elijah came to them, then the hearts of the children could not have turned to their fathers. No one else has claimed that Elijah committed the keys to him. The hearts of the children were not turned to their fathers before the proclamation of Joseph and Oliver. It is well to know in this connection that in 1836 there were no genealogical societies in this land or in Europe, save for the keeping of pedigrees of royal and noble families. Very little attention was being paid to the records of the dead in any Christian country. The first organization effort to collect and file genealogies of the common people was made shortly after the coming of Elijah. This was the foundation of the New England Historic and Genealogical Society. In 1844, this society was incorporated. Its chief purpose is to gather and publish data in relation to American families. The New York Genealogical and Biographical Society was incorporated in 1969. The Pennsylvania Genealogical Society and the Maine Genealogical Society, together with other like societies in Maryland, New Hampshire, New Jersey, Rhode Island, Connecticut, and most of other states of the Union, have all been organized since 1936. A great many societies have also been organized in Great Britain and on the continent of Europe, but all of them, since the keys of the priesthood were returned to the earth, which planted in the hearts of the children the promises made to their fathers. I thought that was very interesting to know that not a single genealogical society existed before Elijah came. And then once he came, it's like boom, 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 all throughout the earth. I find that very fascinating. And if you're like, well, that doesn't prove anything, it's like, hello, it does prove something. So I thought that was cool. Let's see. Okay, and then I'll just end with a simple little quote from Gordon B. Hinckley. He says, "This vicarious work constitutes an unprecedented labor of love on the part of the living in behalf of the dead. It makes necessary a vast undertaking of genealogical research to find and identify those who have gone before. Are our hearts turned towards our living family to bless and serve each other? Do we have a plan to seek after our kindred dead and to do their vicarious temple work in the temple?" So, Chapter 25 is all about family history work, which I'm not great at. Anyways, that was Chapter 25. 3rd Nephi, Chapter 25. Alright, talk to you later.